Most people never think about where their water comes from. But behind the scenes, there's a vast network of reservoirs, treatment works, underground pipes and pumps. Today, you're going to find out a bit more about how United Utilities provides clean water and treats wastewater for over 7 million people each day, whilst completing the cycle and returning treated water safely back to the environment, keeping the rivers and beaches clean. Most of the water we drink in the North West comes from reservoirs in the Lake District, North Wales and the Pennines. We look after a lot of the land around the reservoirs. This is to make sure the water that runs into our reservoirs is as pure as possible. So we hold the water in reservoirs until it is needed and then treat it. Even though the water looks clean, you wouldn't want it coming straight to your taps. We make it safe to drink at one of our 96 water treatment works. But how do we get it from a reservoir to your tap? Our water network is a massive maze of pipes, storage tanks and pumps. We move the water around the North West from where it is treated to where it is needed, and there are over 42,000 kilometres of water pipes underneath the ground. That's enough to wrap around the earth and still have a bit left over. That's a lot of pipes, and we spend a lot of time looking after them. Most of them are in the road, so sometimes we have to cause traffic jams when we have to dig them up. We don't like making people late, but if we don't look after the pipes, they can leak, which wastes thousands of litres of water. Once the water is used, it has to be collected and cleaned, and wastewater is collected through the drains and enters one of our wastewater treatment works through 72,000 kilometres of sewage pipes. We collect and treat the equivalent of 184 million flushes a day. At the treatment works, we remove all the poo, rubbish, rainwater and chemicals before returning it to the environment. We sieve, settle and pump the water to be sure it's as good as the water found in the natural cycle. We make sure we waste nothing, so the clean sludge is used by farmers. We use the gas extracted from this sludge to make electricity to power our treatment works. And in the end, we put it in the rivers and sea, and the cycle starts again. So why are engineers so important to us? Sometimes we need new equipment and sites, so engineers and construction workers upgrade reservoirs, pipes, screens and tanks. Whilst the Victorians pioneered in their construction of our existing water and wastewater network, we need to keep up with the population increases now and in the future. With new problems, we need new solutions, and our engineers have had to design and build some of the biggest projects in our history over the last few years. You name it, they build it. In cities like Preston and Lancaster, we've built new storm drain systems that help with the River Lune and River Dee's flooding problems. In the idyllic hillsides of Disley, we're building a new service reservoir while still keeping active the existing reservoir that's next to it. We've even had to move a 180-metre outfall pipe all the way from Norway to Liverpool by tugboat, where it was then installed. These are just a few of the many projects we have undertaken in the last 5 years. In the next few years, we are going to build an aqueduct that goes through the hills of the Lake District to provide water to West Cumbria. Find out what it takes to keep everybody's taps flowing in the North West by helping us lay a major water pipeline across the region. You'll need to plan the route to minimise impact on people and the environment, figure out how to overcome the engineering challenges, do the maths, and pay close attention to your carbon footprint.